Well, good morning, America. How the hell are you? I hope everybody's doing well this morning, guys. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Jack's up and at 'em early, as always. Most the people know I normally roll out at 5 a.m. every morning. I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. I keep the sleep habits of a chicken. Yep, go to bed early, get up early, and I am at it all day. Now, those who know me know Jack does not typically involve the police, law enforcement, and everything in his life. If he's got a little problem with somebody, he'll just say his piece and he'll go on. He ain't threatening nobody, yada, yada, yada. Jack just says his piece and then he's done with it. You can go do what the hell ever you want to do. Just keep it away from Jack. That's Jack's feeling on it. As long as you ain't messing with Jack don't care. Go screw up your life however you want. However, been a lot of people on my property that shouldn't have been ever been allowed on my property. And everything's fixing to come to a head. Okay? Legally. And a lot of people have been making a lot of claims about Jack, including my daughter and her husband. Those who know me know that that is an estranged daughter from me that I have not had any contact with in years due to her behavior. Those that know my daughter and know her husband know what kind of piece of shitholes they usually live in, how nasty everything is. I'm going to repeat again. Where are all those kids y'all supposed to have? Yeah, where are all those kids? But anyway, that's beside the point, because everything is fixing to come to a head here with Jack before very long. And when it comes to a head like a big old pimple, y'all know Jack. He don't mind getting messy. He don't mind voicing whatever he's got to say. He's going to pop it. Let everything come out. And we'll see where everything lands. Now, Jack makes no qualms about he's a bit of an asshole. I'm not really an asshole, but things are going to be done right with me. There ain't no middle ground. I don't do 50 shades of gray. You feel me? Right's right and wrong's wrong. But all you meth heads over around McRae, the day of reckoning is coming. I guarantee it. Have no idea. The day of reckoning is coming very fast. People know that Jack's always the one who has complained about all the methamphetamine traffic over there on Lynn Street. About how there are basically dope houses being ran by city employees. And then the other dope houses on the street. Okay. All the dope activity over there on Lynn Street. Everybody knows what goes on over there. Okay, the city didn't want to deal with it. When I voiced my frustrations about it, don't nobody want to hear Jack. Everybody wants to ignore it. Well, Miss Billy, where's your estranged son right now? The one that every time he's down there at your house looks like 7-Eleven. Yeah. Like, you know, you might not always be doing business down there, but you're always open, right? According to the traffic. And then all the traffic that the house across the street from me gets. Y'all know exactly where I'm talking about. Directly straight across the street from me. Y'all know all the traffic that house gets. All the characters that wander in and out of there. Yeah, we know. And then the houses down there at the end of the street, across the street. We know what's going on down there. Yep. everybody knows, at least the people who care, they know. The few decent people around there are scared to say anything because they watch what happened to Jack. But you know what? Jack's a damn pit bull on a ham bone. He don't give up easy. You hit him with a stick, he bites the stick. What do you do with that kind of fella? Huh? Well, they've attempted to lock me up just for speaking my mind. I thought free speech was something in America. You guys know we got rid of Mark Derrick for running the debtor's prison. The Arkansas Supreme Court said he was immune from prosecution or being sued for what he did. Well, we're going to see if that same thing holds true with this new judge, Judge Mercer. Since he's the judge that issued the warrants or signed the warrants for my constitutionally protected activity. And yeah, I'm pissed off about it. I ain't happy about it. But everything's going to play out in the courts, guys. Because I guarantee you, Jack's stuff will end up in the federal courts. And the federal courts ain't going to play these games that you guys like to play. You know? Article 2, Section 18 of the Arkansas Constitution states that no one shall have any special immunity, or there shall be no special immunity for any class that is not available to the general citizens. Yet, the Arkansas judiciary, the Supreme Court, and etc., keeps finding that these judges have immunity for what they've done from the bench. They try to shield prosecutors through prosecutorial immunity for their misconduct, just like what's going on with me in the city and Donald Rainey and everything else. But all this shall play out in court. Now, you guys know I'm not a bar attorney. I do study the far out of the law because it's good to know the law. They like to tell us that ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, when you do yourself a favor and try not to be ignorant of the law and actually study it, you will find out that bar attorneys, law enforcement, the entire judiciary, and the legal system will basically hate you because you have attempted to educate yourself on what's going on. And they will come after you with a vengeance if you do that while yelling, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, you guys remember that ignorance of the law is no excuse. Like I said, I'm not an attorney. But you know what? Even a dumb redneck can read. Like I said, Arkansas Constitutional Law, Article 2, Section 18, directly addresses immunity. And yet, our courts keep failing to hold these judges accountable. They keep failing to hold prosecutors accountable for their misconduct. And they keep failing to hold bar attorneys accountable for their misconduct. It's kind of like what happened Tuesday when I went over to get my money and my little bit of stuff from White County after they had released me out of jail. Let me tell you guys, I got out of court. I got back to the jail just before 4 o'clock on Monday after successfully arguing and getting my bond reduced to a paper bond so I could get bail out of jail and get out. I got back to the jail just before 4 o'clock. I immediately filed a request to release the money in my account, or on my books, technically, to the bondsman so they could bond me out. I did that immediately upon my return to the jail. Now, that request was ignored and not processed through in a timely fashion. That led to a game of circle jerk with the White County Sheriff's Department and them keeping me in there. They didn't release me until 12:15 Tuesday morning. Instead of going out the front of the jail where you're always released out of when you bond out, they walked me around and out the back door of the jail. Deputy walked around the building with me as I took off to the bail bondsman, and he went wherever he went. So I had to go over there and sign paperwork with the bondsman. But due to them not properly processing my requests and getting that money off my books so I could pay my bond myself, my little brother had to come over and take care of it. And then Tuesday morning after I got out, I went and got my money from White County. I observed the totally unprofessional behavior over there between, I believe, what is 309s, what they call 309s, Arkansas Department of Corrections inmates. They're at the White County Jail, and jail employees. Now, since then, I've talked to a couple people that work within White County. And they tell me that the jail over there is, let's just say that those female 309s over there, boy, they got it made, don't they? They can run around and fraternize with the jailers. And it's rumored that there's a little extracurricular activity going on over there between some of the 309s and some of the jailers. And you guys know what I mean by extracurricular activities, right? Yeah. If those rumors are true that I've been told, there needs to be a serious investigation launched over there. Because those who know me know I don't have time for double standards. Everybody obeys the same rules. And if there were male 309 inmates in White County doing what is alleged to be true by female 309 inmates at White County, boy, it would be hell to pay. Yes, it would. Because that's just, dude, that ain't the way it's handled, boys and girls. And that needs to be addressed immediately. But there's a whole wad of things that are going to end up being addressed out of White County. Yesterday, I put in a request for Dusty Betts to give me a shout to a friend that sent him a message on Facebook. Now, Dusty, I understand you're running for White County Sheriff. I've always known you to be a pretty decent fella. But you and me need to talk, buddy. Let's get your position out there on what's happening in White County to the voters. I hear you're not even allowed at the jail right now because you're running for sheriff. So if they won't allow you at the jail, Dusty, let's me and you get together and do a little sit down on camera and talk about the issues that are going on here in White County. Talk about what you might do as White County Sheriff if you're elected to fix those issues. Can we do that, Dusty? Can you commit to serving we the people of the county, White County, Arkansas, Can you do that in a constitutional way? The way things are supposed to be done? If you know me, you know they'll never shut Jack up. I don't care. Like I told him, if you want to kill me, you tell me. I'll walk right out here in the street, put my hands up in the air, and y'all can shoot my ass just like the FBI did Lavoy Finicum. Same way. I'll let everybody videotape it. How about that? Y'all can all get your cameras out while they kill an unarmed man. Yeah, it's commitment, ain't it? Commitment to doing the right thing. What do you do with a fellow that's willing to give his life for what he believes in? For standing up for right for the people? What do you do with that man? We already know that you attempt to prosecute him when he did nothing wrong. We know this. We already know that you will prosecute him for constitutionally protected activities. You'll have him arrested for videotaping city workers doing wrong and exposing it. But for some reason, can't nobody seem to arrest the city workers that are actually documented breaking the law on video. Imagine how that works. Yep, it's a sad time in America, folks. It really is. When things like that are done to the citizens, and the rest of the citizens just sit back and say, oh well, that's just the system. It only continues because you allow it. That's the only reason that it continues. If we, the people, ever stand up and actually stop allowing it, all this bullshit will stop. There's a 15-year-old little girl in Saline County that is dead because the system wouldn't do its job and take care of a pack of dogs. Now, according to the news story, the dogs that killed that little 15-year-old girl down there were apparently in some kind of rescue operation for those dogs. Now, how in the world is anything that's supposed to be responsible for animals that are being rescued, how are they responsible for allowing that baby to be killed by those animals? Something wasn't being done right there. But yet, most likely because it was labeled as a rescue operation where they're trying to do something for them dogs, I would almost bet that the whoever's actually responsible will never see any real charges in the death of that little girl. What if that was your baby, guys? If that was my baby, I know Jack would snap like a cracker and y'all would see a side of him. Oh my Lord. Y'all would see a side of Jack that would absolutely go ape shit if that was my baby. And honestly, every one of us should be going ape shit over that, regardless of if that was our baby or not. Because they're proving to you But they don't care about your families, guys. They don't actually care about the health, safety, and welfare of the American citizens, especially the ones that are trying to live life right. Now, if you're a dope head, okay, if you're strung out on that junk, then you will get all kinds of special considerations from the court. You'll even get a special drug court. However, when you try to live your life right, you try to do the right thing, you ain't strung out on dope all the time. The judicial system has absolutely no use for you because you have not been playing a little corrupt game. You've not been shooting that dope up in your arm or snorting it up your head or whatever you got to do. Okay? They ain't been making no money off of you in drug court or the regular courts. So they come after we the people. And they attempt to make criminals out of the people that are actually trying to fix the system and do it properly. We've got a couple things going on in this country, guys. We've got people like myself who really want to see our government run properly. They're tired of the waste, the fraud, the corruption, and everything like that. And they're trying to get it addressed because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. If we eliminate waste, fraud, and corruption from our system, and we actually take all that money that those people have been stealing from the taxpayers, and we use it to help the people, then all of us could be living the good life. All of us. We take all the millions and billions spent on war here, there, and everywhere else and helping everybody else in the world except Americans, and we turn that money around and bring it back to actually help we the people. Everybody be living a good life. Feel me? But the government does not want that. What they want is their little racketeering system that keeps a very few very wealthy and everyone else totally oppressed. Everybody's scared to say anything because of what the government might do to you. Well, you know what? They're going to do to you whatever they want to do. I promise you. Irregardless of the law, they're going to do whatever they want to do. And the only way to play it out, they say, is through the courts. Well, it's abundantly clear that your court system in America is corrupt. If you don't know it, then you're ignorant. That's just like walking around where I'm walking around right now. It's real easy to spot where the methamphetamine traffic is. It's real easy to spot where the dope traffic is. You go through McRae, it's real easy to spot it over there too. And if you think the police don't know exactly who's responsible for all the dope trafficking in your little towns, then you're sadly mistaken. They know. They know who's responsible for getting your kids strung out on that dope. They know who's responsible for bringing it in, flipping it all through the communities and destroying communities. But they don't really want to do anything about it, guys, because that's their cash cow. Okay? Isn't it time that we fix the system and we did it properly? I'm asking for America. Y'all have a good day now. You hear?